Hello and welcome to my channel. I am Sasha and I run Musings of a Final Girl. I'm sharing another book review today. This time it is of Let the Right One In by John Ajvide Lindqvist. I probably butchered that name, and in that case I greatly apologize. So, I know in my previous TBR video I had talked about reading The Exorcist, and I actually hadn't gotten around to that. My original TBR just kind of got thrown all over the place, and I've not stuck with it at all. So I'm hoping to do a little bit better with that next month. But I did want to share this book review of Let the Right One In. I have not seen the movie before. I have heard a lot from a lot of people, especially since reading the book, that the movie is fantastic, so I do hope to watch and hopefully do a review on that soon. But the book was just absolutely phenomenal. I loved it. The opening chapter helps to really kind of set the tone of what you're going to be reading, and I was rather shocked. Like, it was really good. You get a feel for the protagonist, Oscar, right off the bat. He is about 12, almost 13 years old, and he is a very shy kid. He's unfortunately bullied, which happens all too often in stories, coming of age kind of stories, which I feel like this was definitely a bit of a coming of age story. He's shy, he's bullied, his confidence really isn't there, and then he meets Eli. At least that's how I'm choosing to pronounce the character he meets. I believe it's Eli. And Eli kind of helps him completely turn around how he acts. He gets to know this character a lot better through their nightly get-togethers. They hang out like right outside the little apartment complex that Oscar lives at, and he gets to know Eli, and Eli kind of helps, just their friendship helps him become a more confident kid. He takes on the bullies that have been bullying him and just kind of does a complete 180 on his attitude. There was a lot of good character growth there that I really liked getting to see. He was very well written. Oscar was a phenomenal character. For those that don't know, Let the Right One In is a vampire story. The first bit of vampiric theme that you get is it was a little underwhelming. That might just be me, though. I didn't mind it. It wasn't bad. I just was expecting it to be a bit more in your face, and it wasn't quite that. There's actually some good gore in this. A character pours acid over his face and body so that he can't be easily identified, and the author did not skimp when talking about how gruesome that looked. Like, I found myself gagging a little bit, going, oh god, that's just absolutely terrible. This did have a couple of vampire tropes, cliches. They weren't bad. I actually really liked getting to see them, including the old trope of the vampire having to be invited in somewhere. I think it made for some good moments. There's a lot of characters that we get introduced to throughout this. They were all really good, really well written characters. I liked hearing their stories, and all their storylines kind of tended to intermingle and mesh with one another, which was really great to read, especially as the vampire aspect became more and more apparent, with a couple other people becoming vampires. I'm not going to spoil who, but a couple others do, and it was quite shocking to read that. I really enjoyed this one. This was a fun read. I really hope to watch the movie here soon and hopefully do a comparison between the book and the movie. I would really like to do that. I gave this a 4 out of 5 stabs. It was really great. I would absolutely give this a reread, and I would recommend this to anybody who's a big fan of vampire horror, a bit of slow burn horror. You still got their daily lives throughout most of this, but it was really good, and I would highly recommend it. I hope you all are having a wonderful week, and as always, happy reading.